So how did the Reconstruction Act affect North Carolina? It actually affected every state in the Union at the time, and it affected 7 other states about the exact same way that it affected North Carolina as far as the governors being forcibly removed. So let's look into it a little bit. From 1865 until his removal in 1868, Governor Jonathan Worth fought against programs of Reconstruction emerging from Washington, D.C. He loathed the 14th Amendment in the Reconstruction Act passed in early 1867, which provided for military rule, a new state constitution, and elections to replace the existing government. On June 30th, 1868, General Canby of the United States Army issued General Orders 120, which states in part, to facilitate the organization of a new state government, the following appointments are made. To be Governor of North Carolina, W.W. Holden, Governor-elect. Vice Jonathan Worth, removed. To take effect July 1st, 1868, on the meeting of the General Assembly of North Carolina. Now remember in the Lieber Code where it says that if you don't want to take an oath to our new government, we can take you out of office, and that's exactly what they've done. And this is proof of it right here. Here is a archive certified copy of General Orders 120. You can get it on the 2nd floor of the State Archives of North. His response. In a letter dated July 1st, 1868, Governor Jonathan Worth surrendered the government of North Carolina to W.W. Holden under what he deemed military duress during a time of supposed peace. The letter states in part, yesterday morning I was verbally notified by Chief Justice Pearson that in obedience to a telegram from General Canby, he would today at 10 a.m. administer to you the oaths required preliminary to entering upon the discharge of duties of the civil governor of the state, that thereupon you would demand possession of my office. I intimated to the judge my opinion that such proceeding was premature even under the Reconstruction legislation of Congress, and that I should probably decline to surrender the office to you. I do not recognize the validity of the late election under which you and those cooperating with you claim to be invested with the civil government of the state, and you have no evidence of your election, save the certificate of a Major General of the United States Army. I regard all of you as, in effect, appointees of military power of the United States, and not as deriving your powers from the consent of those you claim to govern. Knowing, however, that you are backed by a military force here, which I could not resist if I would, I do not deem it necessary to offer a futile opposition, but vacate the office without the ceremony of actual eviction, offering no further opposition than this, my protest. I would submit to actual expulsion in order to bring before the Supreme Court of the United States the question as to the constitutionality of the legislation under which you claim to be the rightful governor of the state, if past action of that tribunal furnished any hope of a speedy trial. I surrender the office to you under what I deem military duress, without stopping as the occasion would well justify, to comment upon the singular coincidence that the present state government is surrendered as without legality to him whose own official sanction but 3 years ago declared it valid. Governor Holden took the oath from Governor Holden took the oath from Governor Worth when he was elected in 1865 to be the governor of North Carolina after the war was over. So it's not like, he was an unlawful governor or anything like that. He was a constitutional government, and since that time we've not had in this state or many other states a constitutional government. And this is an archive certified copy of his letter.